Oh, we're going full Kim and Yan on you because we got a twofer for you. This week, we're having our issues, our daddy issues, because we're talking Ghostbusters Afterlife and The Father. I am the gatekeeper.
Oh, that's it? Okay. Paris, they don't even speak English there. Hey, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of How'd You Like That Movie? So we're going to be doing something completely different for the month of December. And because it was his idea, we're going to kick you over to Scott to tell us what we're doing. Take it away, Scott.
All right, so since we decided to boycott all Christmas movies because
Boo,
of,
Christmas sucks.
because of its constant bullying of Thanksgiving and taking it over, we're not going to do any Christmas themes. So we decided to kind of round out the year, and we're just going to pick movies that each of us watched this year and just do kind of quick hits on them and kind of see what else we watched that we really didn't have time over 2021 to really discuss in our episodes. So for myself, I chose Afterlife, Ghostbusters sequel that came out last week or 2 weeks ago by the time this airs. And Kris, you chose?
So I'm technically 100% breaking the rules here. So I'm doing The Father, which actually came out in 2020 because of its release at Sundance, but its wide release to the general public was in February in 2021, in time for the Oscars. It also did go to the Oscars in 2021, and we'll talk about that a bit. So yeah, so we're gonna go The Father and Ghostbusters Afterlife. Scott, when did you see it? I'm assuming you saw yours in the theater, et cetera, et cetera. So give us the takeaway.
Yeah. So I went with my middle child, Camila, on opening day.
How do you choose which child gets to be the child that goes to the How'd You Like That movie?
Oh, we have like a home Olympics.
Oh,
and
nice.
Whoever wins the event that day.
I thought it was going to be more like gladiatorial sports or something like that.
Well,
the other kid is
is
still injured from the last competition.
No, I was going to say I can't do gladiator because in case they actually go to the extreme and kill each other, then then I got that to deal with. But
anyway,
so we went, and let me tell you, I went to the theater that had D-box seats. Have you ever sat in a D-box seat, Kris?
Sounds very pornographic, so I probably should.
So the answer is no. So it's the ones that that give you, like, while the movie's playing, your seat moves with the movie.
Oh, okay.
So when they're shooting the proton, like when they're shooting the guns, your seat's vibrating. When they're driving and the car's swerving, your seat kind of moves. Like
it is pornographic.
Yeah. So it 100%.
Like, you should have taken your wife. It would have been the best experience you had in 2020.
No, the seats are too far apart for that.
Oh, okay.
but yeah, I don't think I'm ever gonna not watch a movie unless it's D-box again, because the vibrations, like, literally I had a full body massage during this movie the whole time. Like, I came out so relaxed that I was just like, I wanted to go watch another one just to do the upper body, just sit upside down on the seat. But in terms of the movie itself, far,
now that we've talked about the furniture, how was the actual fucking movie?
Yeah, like, so far I've gone to see 4 films in theaters this year. 2 we've discussed, Bond and Dune, which I wasn't, impressed with in terms of
if you would have been massaged in Dune, you would have literally fallen like totally asleep.
Yeah, most likely. Yeah. But and the other movie I watched was Eternals, which we'll probably discuss another day. But I'll say, with this film, I had so much fun with it, just watching it. Like, I know in terms of you, it's one of your favorite topics, nepotism in cinema. So having the son of the the director of the first film direct this one. But in his own right, Jason Reitman has set out a career for himself before even touching one of his dad's projects. But
and I mean, and it'll be interesting to see what you say about this, because like that's Ghostbusters, like the original Ghostbusters, like you don't want to be treading in your dad's footprints and fucking it up, right? Like, let's be honest, the remake of Ghostbusters, not a good movie, not a good film, not a good representation of the original Ghostbusters. So how did he do?
No, I will say this is like, in terms of if you were to go like bunch all four, this would now be my number 2. Like this one, like for what it did story wise, and connecting the first 2 films with this one, it did it well. And then everything in this film in terms of the callbacks to the original was earned.
Okay.
Like they didn't just throw shit in, as a nod to just throw it in as a nod, right?
So no, like ham-fisted, just like, oh, bam, there's a Bill Murray quote, or bam, there's like something about Gozer or something. Like it's done well in the script, is what you're saying.
Yeah, everything, like they did a very good job, right? In which all the bits and pieces, like don't get me wrong, like it is a popcorn film, so there are some plot holes in it, but even those you just take away, like bringing how they bring back Stay Puft Marshmallow Man is hilarious and one of the highlights of the movies. Same with the cameos that come in, that once they're done, like going into the movie, you already know there's going to be these cameos of the originals, of your original actors, but how they're done, the way they're brought in, like each moment is like, and watching in the theaters when they happen, like the crowd was cheering and clapping,
Really?
right? Like when they came in, like that's what I'm saying. Like everything in the film was earned. Nothing was ham-fisted. It was like just an enjoyable time to go into and watch, right?
So definitely watch it in the theater if you can with the D-Box.
Oh, well, especially if you want to come out relaxed, like full body massage, man. Yeah, like the amount of
Ghostbuster massage.
Because you're gonna get a lot of it. There's a lot of proton packs, a lot of car chases and shit like that. So you're gonna get that deep tissue Swedish massage, right? And it's half the price of going to an actual masseuse.
Well, and especially the one with the happy ending, they're much more expensive.
This one gives you a happy ending too.
Well, I can do my own happy ending with the seat. Would you suggest watching this on video on demand, or should people definitely be seeing this in the theater?
Like either way, like to be honest, it's I just think people should watch this. It is like for the movies that we've done that came out this year, also the movies that we've watched in theaters, yeah, this was one of the ones that I've like 100% from beginning to end enjoyed. At no point was I looking at the clock thinking like, oh, when is this going to end? And the film itself, I think, was like it's about two hours, I think, and just a little bit over. So it's compactful. Like there's no lull spots on it.
So by the time you were done, the film was done.
Like I was with my 11-year-old daughter, so that like that's kind of
did you guys watch the original Ghostbusters, or did you do any like working up?
No, we just went straight into this one, right? Like for my daughter, she's huge into Stranger Things, so having good old Finn Wolfhard there,
yes,
it made her do that event a little bit harder, right? And then even if you're into like, because I think Stranger Things itself is like a nod to the original Ghostbusters, There's a she even said herself like she had a lot of Stranger Thing vibes into this film. And I think to go back to what you were saying before in terms of um the Paul Feige, is that how you say his name?
I don't know. I always call it. I say fag. I don't know. We don't get names right on this show. It's not.
Yeah, but I think the things that made his, that like I enjoyed the all female Ghostbusters myself, right?
Okay.
But I think the thing that like what they did with this one well was it wasn't um it was more, the tone is 100% the same as the original.
Gotcha.
Like the first Ghostbusters, where it's more serious,
like serious, yeah,
serious. And then you have the comedy to lighten the mood, and the horror's done well, right?
Yeah,
and
I
then,
call that like a dramedy, right? Like where it's a drama with some funny stuff stuck in there, but it's not. I would say the female Ghostbusters is a comedy, like a straight up comedy, right?
Yeah, like one of the kid Ghostbusters, like, or the new generation, his name, played by Logan Kim, his name's Podcast. He's literally the only guy in that small town that has his own podcast about supernatural stuff. So he just like goes around and tries to like record his podcast like and make it all melodramatic and all that stuff. But it's pretty funny. Like he was a highlight as well. And I'll say this, like McKenna Grace, like she's just starting, but I think she's gonna have a very long career as an actress.
Fantastic. Did it win any awards so far? Like, or not win any awards, but do you think it will go?
It won the weekend box office two weeks. Like that's about it. There's no awards.
All. I mean, do you think there's any Oscar stuff in there, maybe in special effects or editing or anything like that, or is it just like a fun popcorn movie?
No, I think this in terms of awards, I would say probably do they still do the Blockbuster Awards or the MTV Movie Awards? Do they still do those?
I'm not sure about that. I mean, there's other stuff like the Saturn Awards or the Fangoria Awards and stuff like that for more offbeat films. So
yeah, so I think it'll be in terms of that, right? Like more of the blockbuster films, like People Choice Awards, stuff like that. I can see these for sure getting nominated. And I'll say this, like in terms of the movie, not to give anything away, like this movie like finally gives like Winston like something major to do.
Oh, good. So is there anything else you want to say?
No, just I think you should go watch it. I think you should go today, Kris. Like literally go today.
Today it's very snowy outside, so according to our producer, it was mostly shot in Alberta and Calgary.
It was.
Well, Calgary like is in the province of Alberta, but mostly shot in Calgary.
Yeah, at the end, they had all those, you know, in the credits where they have all the credits and like the tax things. You saw the Alberta and you saw the Quebec one. And I was like, why can't Kris get any of these credits for his movies? Like, why can't he?
Because you got to spend the money to get the tax credit, right? They don't give you the money first. You know what I mean? Where is it set according to the film?
Somerville, Indiana, I think it was, so or Ohio. It's like, yeah, Midwest.
The Rust.
Yeah. It's like they, there you go. Oklahoma, even better.
Is it?
See, our producers are on it.
Our producer is on it. Is it on video on demand yet or not yet?
No, I don't think so. I think now most of these films are going to be that 45-day window, right?
Gotcha.
So it'll probably be another 2 to 3 weeks before it is, probably just before Christmas when it comes out. That
would be actually a good time when people start taking their Christmas holidays. They're home. I know you have another lockdown because COVID variant 69.
69.
And then you have to watch fucking movies again. Okay.
But that's why we're here, and that's why we're doing this.
And that's why we still don't hang out, is because we don't want to be plague monkeys.
Yeah,
I clearly see that you're on your tropical vacation there. So
that, and you know, just in case I share your straw, I don't want to catch your herpes, man.
Remember, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Except for herpes. That shit'll come back with you.
Yeah. I mean, herpes it's only a problem if not everybody has them. So it's the gift that keeps on giving. So I mean, that sounds like a fantastic film, and it's definitely on my list to watch. So my film, The Father, is way more of a Debbie Downer than the film that you just spoke about. So The Father is actually taken from a French play called Le Pierre, the Father. So it just basically loosely translates. By
Canadian,
Florian.
you're bad.
I know. I totally, man. Didn't do well in French.
You're like, it was grade 8 the last time I did French.
Le Pierre is what it would be, right?
Le Père?
The Pierre. The Pear, that's right. The Pear. By Florian Zeller. So this is what I found. So first off, this film is a fantastic film, and you have to watch it. I'm going to explain some reasons why. But first off, what I think is super impressive is so the playwright and the original play director, Florian, he then worked on the adapted screenplay and then directed the film with like no film experience.
I know nothing. Nothing.
So I was shocked by this. I thought this was like, that's such a huge fucking undertaking. And the whole premise of this film is Anthony Hopkins plays the father of this household or whatever, and he's got dementia. But it's taken from, you're seeing the world through his eyes and his mind, which is starting to deteriorate. So Olivia Colman plays his daughter sometimes. So what they do is, so he'll be talking to his daughter, she'll walk out of the room, a different actor will come in, and he'll be like, "Who are you? Why are you in my house? Like, who are you?" And it's like, "Dad, it's me. It's me."
Where's Anne?
Sorry? I'm here.
And at first, like, obviously this is a bit of a spoiler, but at first you don't know for sure like that this is his dementia. You think like, are people fucking with this dude? Like, is there going to be this big twist at the end and you're going to find out that they were trying to make him crazy or seem crazy? But again, big spoiler, just because I need to be able to talk about like the importance of this film. It's just his mind starting to deteriorate. So they keep moving different actors in to play the same character, and they'll like go out of a room and come back as different people. Or he'll just like, Anthony Hopkins will just like turn around and then just be like, "Where am I? Like, why are you here? Why are you in my house? Is this my house?" And it's not done in any like caricature way. Like it's very, very serious. And I remember when we were getting ready for I think it was our Oscar show, and I was like, I don't think I'd seen The Father yet. And so Chadwick Boswell was like, I was like, that he's the guy. I mean, he had a great performance. He passed away. He's going to get the Oscar. And then we recorded our show, and then I saw The Father before the Oscars, and I was like, fuck. I was like, this performance is just like masterclass. Anthony Hopkins, it is the pinnacle of a lifetime acting coming together. And I'm like, he's gonna get fucked. Like he's not gonna win the Oscar just because you can't. There's a lot of stuff that's going against you, man. And dying is a good way to lock in that Oscar. And I was well, it's true. Like, I'm not trying to be an asshole. Again, I think Chadwick would have won, except that like out of nowhere, Anthony Hopkins just fucking kills it. And I'm glad the Oscar committee went, yeah, man. Like, and I think like from everything I've read about Chadwick Boswell, I know a lot of people were not happy that Anthony Hopkins won. They thought it was like, some whitewashing and stuff. As an actor to actor, I'm pretty sure.
Whoa. Let's.
What?
You're really going to put yourself
no,
by
I'm not
Hopkins?
talking about me. I'm talking about Chadwick Boswell, Anthony Hopkins, like actor to actor. I think Chadwick would have like, yeah, man. Like if he was still alive, he would have been like hands down, fantastic performance.
Now, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Quickly. So in terms of what you're saying, like to be, dying is like a guarantee to get at the Oscar.
I didn't say guarantee, but I did say it does really help lock it in. That's for sure.
Now, do you think maybe they're like, Hopkins is 80? He's probably not going to have a performance so strong anymore. let's give it to him now so he can actually.
So, but that's not his first Oscar. Remember, he also got an Oscar for Silence of the Lambs playing Hannibal Lecter.
That was
So it's not.
That was supporting.
It's still fucking an Oscar. Like, yes, he didn't get the lead, but he wasn't the lead in the fucking movie. Well, I mean, it's almost like an ensemble cast between him and Clarice Starling. So, but no,
what I'm saying now, give him like the lead actor one, because they're like, fuck, he's 80 something.
I hear what you're saying, and I say that you will watch this performance and you'll go, yet again, Kris is 100% right on this, and so was the Academy.
Well, can we go back to our Oscar predictions and what happened? Because that episode, like, you didn't win at all. Like, I destroyed you.
Just because the fucking Academy doesn't half the time watch all the movies they're supposed to watch, and I do, just shows how fucking little depth the Academy has. And luckily, like a broken fucking watch is right twice a day, they got this one right. And I think I'm gonna still do my quotes here. So Deborah Ross from the Spectator said, Anthony Hopkins is absolutely remarkable here. I read the screenplay available online out of curiosity, and what he brings to the words on the page is beyond and beyond and beyond. Hopkins has played King Lear twice, but this is his real King Lear. Like, and I agree. Like, it's like a stand up in your seat, absolutely amazing performance. I mean, backed up by fucking Olivia Colman, who's again like just such an amazing British actor. Well, actor who happens to be British, and again comes out of that kind of theater background. The Father had 6 nominations and ended up winning 2. So it was nominated for Best Picture, Best Actor, which Anthony Hopkins won, Best Supporting Actor, Olivia Colman, who she ended up losing it, but nominated. They did win for Best Adapted Screenplay, nominated for Best Editing and Best Production Design. Like, this is a beautifully shot film. It's heavy and dark, and unfortunately, like we different family members right now. We have older family members who are going through this process, and this is very real. Like, to me, it explains a lot about dementia from what I see on the outside, and it makes me think about what is going on the inside, because it's all taken from his POV. Like, it's not a POV shot, but you're like a fly on the wall. It's almost like you're seeing what his mind is seeing, and it's just so well done. And it did okay. I mean, it was made on a $6 million budget, did 28 million. That's not bad in 2021. Like, again, this is still during like the heavy parts of COVID. It's got a 98% from Rotten Tomatoes and a 92 from the audience. So the critics fucking love it. Audience is liking it. It's just over an hour and a half, solid runtime. Yeah, like, I really don't have much more to say than watch it. And the good thing about this is I would actually say, don't bother watching it in a theater, because you're going to want to be kind of comfortable and you're going to want to sit, and it's heavy. Like, it's a fucking heavy movie, man. And you feel, it makes you feel that anxiety that people that are going through dementia must have. Questions?
I like it. No, I was just quickly looking at Ghostbusters in terms of the Rotten Tomatoes, and I thought, like, in terms of that, it's weird. It's like 63% from
the
critics, 95 audience.
Yeah, so that's popcorn, right? The people love it, and the critics don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Like, they're too harshly analyzing it, right?
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I think, most critics are wrong, except for me. I'm 100% right. Because
you're not even much of a critic most of the time. You rarely are really like critical. You're like, it was good. They tried real hard and they did their best.
Soup.
Yeah, because I know, like, people.
You're not an asshole like me.
Yeah, that 100% that. But I also know that, people do work very hard on it. Like, even if it's shit, right? Like, it's just because it's not for me doesn't mean it's not for somebody else to find their audience. And that's the thing. I don't think any film has not found an audience, right? Like,
yeah, usually someone likes something, or something becomes a cult classic, right? Like,
yeah, exactly. I think to this day, like, I think there's like a battle. What's that John Travolta movie?
Which one?
The
which
Earth
bad
one.
Which bad John? Oh, Battlefield Earth.
Yeah, I think they have a convention or something like that, right? Like,
Yeah, but that's also Scientology, and I don't want to get, I don't know, shut down or something for talking shit about Scientology. So I'm just gonna avoid. I'm gonna steer clear. I'll talk about COVID. But I'm not fucking with Scientologists, man.
you're like,
Tom Cruise will come and fucking Mission Impossible my fucking ass. So.
he'll be like, no more Top Gun for
He'll
you.
be jumping on my bed.
He'll come into your room. He'll take Top Gun out of your memory. You'll be like, no,
No, Maverick, no. Kenny Loggins. Anyway, that's all I've got, unless our producer has anything for me, or Scott, you have any other questions about The Father? Again,
No.
I highly recommend everyone see it. It's really well done, and I mean, if you're not loving it, it's only 90 minutes. Just get through it. I think it's an important piece of cinema, and really, like, Anthony Hopkins' acting is just, it's the best. Like, it is just a premier performance. There's nothing you can take away from it, and it's yeah, like, he really moves you, and that's what.
Now, if I was to put you on the spot, would Hopkins make your top 5 for your favorite actors all time?
I'm really bad at the favorite actors all time, but I really enjoy his acting. I mean, who's on that list for me is like Philip Seymour Hoffman. I mean, I really like Matt Damon, but I mean, I don't think Matt Damon's like as good an actor as Philip Seymour Hoffman, but I also like Tom Cruise. Like, I think Tom Cruise is a solid, it depends on what category we're talking about. So yeah, Anthony Hopkins, it would be up there with like Denzel Washington, Philip Seymour Hoffman as like strong, dramatic actors, right? Then on my other class, you know, I'd probably have a second list that has like Brad Pitt, Matt Damon, Tom Cruise.
You're choking up. You're choking up. You're like, I love them all. I can't pick. Why
And then even sometimes Leonardo DiCaprio, but I mean, I feel like he gets more, he's like more hype. But then on the other side, I love Christian Bale, right? So I like people that will do like transformative acting. But I also know that sometimes, like Mission Impossible, like there's no big dramatic shit, but Tom Cruise is strapping his ass to a fucking spaceship and stuff. Like, I'm gonna give you fucking credit for that shit.
Yeah, I hear you.
And then there's like the Kurt Russells and the B movie actor levels, you know what I mean? Like, where you're just like, yeah, man, just keep doing the fucking schlocky stuff, and it almost makes you like, Kurt Russell became almost like a faux leading man through like Tarantino-esque B movie roles, which I think is great. Or going back to like, what is it, The Thing? And
Russell was fucking. He was a leading person way before fucking Tarantino.
But is he?
And how do you go a fucking episode that you have
to? Hey, you asked the question, man. You can't control where the magic fucking happens, baby.
Like, you got The Thing, you got Backdraft, the Christmas Chronicles.
Yeah, but when I'm talking leading, man, I'm talking about like
Overboard,
A-list, like fucking.
Like, these are all hits.
Yeah, but a leading man is got to also like kind of be like that super movie star, like George Clooney or something like that.
Motherfucking Soldier, Tango and Cash.
I love Soldier, actually. Soldier's actually a great film.
Escape from fucking New York
and LA.
We'll forget about that one. But
anyway, we can discuss this after the show. Anything else?
No, I'm good.
Oh, so is there any female actors on our best list?
No, this is just your best list. I didn't say
on my best list.
So we already know. No, we already know you're sexist. And there's no women. You pretty much named every male actor except for a female. So
you're gonna cut me off there. You're not gonna let me redeem myself.
No, go ahead.
I really like Cate Blanchett. She's actually one of my favorite actors. Who's a female. Emma Stone is good. I mean, she's got some solid range. I think she's gonna again grow into like a really great actor. I mean, obviously there's like Judi Dench and stuff like that who are like the dames of cinema and are just, you know, colossal actors in their own right. So yeah, like women have there's some really fantastic women actors out there as well. And it's you know what, it is really unfortunate that I can rattle off the male actors better than I can the female ones, other than, like I said, Cate Blanchett, and mostly because I really like a lot of the work that she's done. So
I hear you. No Charlize.
Charlize Theron is good. Oh, you know who else? Nicole Kidman. Actually really like a lot of the work that Nicole Kidman does. So yeah, those two. That's all I got.
You're like, I'm gonna name every actor under the sun.
I have to start Googling so I don't look like an asshole. But no, those two are like I said, those are solid. And like I said, one of my favorite actors ever has been Philip Seymour Hoffman, and it's really unfortunate that he passed away when he did. So,
well, way to bring us down on a downer, just like your fucking movie. All right. And that is our rant for the day. Please like and subscribe to this podcast. If you're looking to get a hold of us, please go to our website at howdyoulikethatmovie.com. All our social media links are there, and you can email us as well.
Anyway, that's all. Unless our producer wants anything.
Yeah, he says, it's that our podcast now sounds like, why should I watch this movie?
Welcome to Why Should I Watch This Movie?
You shouldn't.
And that's it. That's all for Kris. He told you the movie's too long, it doesn't have good editing, and you're an idiot for watching it. Production by Rod Shaver, Vader Monkey Productions.